Hello there and welcome to Old Man Gaming and Kerbal's space program Realism Overhaul. Now, if you've been following my live streams, you'll know that I am new to the Realism Overhaul mod and I'm learning as I go. Now, the purpose of this series is to take what I have learned and to do short tutorials on how to complete the various missions found in the Realism Overhaul mod. I hope you find them instructive. Please feel free to join me in my live streams and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Hello there, welcome back to Old Man Gaming UK and Kerbal's space program Realism Overhaul. We are now up to episode 4 of our mission walkthrough. It is the 8th of January 1952. Here we are at the Space Center. First off, let's just check our research and discovery and see what we have now finished. So we've finished early tracking systems. We should be working on supersonic plane development, but we do have 33 science available to us, so we can start adding research nodes to the queue. That includes supersonic flight there. Down to here again. Basic rocketry, we'll add that. Basic solid fuel, we will add that. Leaves us with 20. Avionics prototypes, add. And early science, add. You may want to do those two the other way around actually. And then all the way back up here to mature supersonic flight, we can add that. That leaves us with 11 science. So you can jump in here with satellite era materials and start researching that. It'll be a long time before we actually start researching them, but at least we've got them in the queue, so we don't have to worry about them at a later date. If we go into tech, what I might do though is just swap the avionics and the science, swap them around. Just do early science first and then avionics. I think if we unlock the early science, we might be able to do earn more science quicker than, well, an extra 200 at this rate, 206 days quicker. All right, it looks like we have an upgrade point available, so let's put that into research and development. So we've got 7 and 7, and we've got 44,000, so we can spend 40,000. We'll put 1 into our VAB, 1 into research and development, so we've got 8 and 8. And you can see that's already had an impact. 206 days. It's already taken 34 days off that one already. And we have supersonic planes will be ready in 37 days. Vessels, we have no vessels. Alright, so mission control. So we have another low space biological experimentation that we can complete, and that is to reach 120 kilometers with 75 units of sounding payload. So identical to the mission that we done before, except an increase of 20 kilometers and an increase in weight as well. So we will just accept that. These ones will now disappear. We will come out of our facility here, enter our VAB, and we want to open up Sounding Rocket 3, which is the one we used in our last video. This one is colored. Alright, now for this one we are going to once again, let's move it on up first, just to get it up. Right, So we want to take this off, and we want to put that underneath there. And we're just going to change the fillet on that to make the coupler 300-300, and we'll put our clamp back on. So we're going to be using 2 tiny tin boosters for this. Everything else will remain the same apart from obviously the tanks. We're going to have to adjust the tanks with the extra weight. Using this rocket, there's no way we're going to get to the 120 kilometers. So we're going to increase the tank size to 1.9 meters on each one. 1.9 meters. And we're going to remove all tanks, and we're on the top one. We'll go into the tank user interface. We're going to change the sounding payload, so we need a total of 75 units, so we're going to add 35 at the top, and we'll add the fuel in as well, and on the bottom looks like we messed around with the staging when I used the scroll bar here. So on the bottom we're going to add 40 update, and we'll add the fuel on top. And remembering we're using the upgraded Aerobi engine, so not the Watt Corporal, we've upgraded it to a XASR1 version. Okay, so just double check. Let me just double check that tank that didn't change when we switched those. Right. Okay, so that's it basically. That's all the changes that we really need to make. If we come off there and just look at our burn time, we've got a burn time of 45 seconds, so it's under 47 seconds, which is good because this has a burn time of 40 seconds, as you can see there, but we can add an extra 7 seconds on top of that. So as long as our burn time is under 45 seconds, everything will go well. Let's just call this the SR4. Just do a quick save of it there, but let's make sure our staging is correct. Okay, so we'll just double check that. So we've got the clamp with ignition of booster 1, clamp booster 2, clamp the Aerobi engine, and the return afterwards. So we'll save that. Now if I was you, I would obviously do a simulation to make sure that we reach the required 120 kilometers. Don't forget, I've got installed in here the the barometer and the thermometer are in there. They're probably useless now. We've probably gathered as much scientific data as we can from them at this stage, but I always just like to add them as just in case there might be some more science. On top of that, we've got the biological sample capsule, and underneath there we've got the Aerobi RM8290 recovered parachute. So as long as your science nodes are unlocked to equal mine, you should have access to all of these. And obviously we've got our fins here as well, with the procedural fins that I've added in there, the measurements there for you. Okay, so I'm just going to go straight to launch. You can obviously sim it first. We'll go straight to launch. Oh, sorry, I always nearly forget this step, but let's just make sure we tool all. Not sure why we've got tooling to do, probably because we extended the length, but it's cheap. So tool all, purchase all toolings, and that will just speed up the construction time. So we're looking at 41 days. So if we click on launch, that will add it to the build list. Get rid of that. So there we go, SR4 has been added there. And I'm just going to update this so it's 120 kilometers with 75 units, not unites. I don't know why I put unites. Units of sounding payload. Okay, save that. Warp to complete for reconditioning. Warp to the end of development for supersonic plane development. So that'll be another branch opened up for us. And now we're going to warp to complete for the SR4. And if we go into vessels, we should be able to roll out. Warp to complete for that as well. Warp to next morning. And some as well, just to make it a little bit brighter. There we go. And click on launch. First off, just check the contract that we are meeting the requirements. So yep, we've got the 75 units, everything. Just we've got to reach 120 and return home safely. Go to our science. Turn everything on. Just have the contract back up. Throttle up and launch. 3, 2, 1. And this should reach 120 kilometers. We'll speed it up. So it looks like we're going to reach about 128 to 29 kilometers on this one. So once we've passed apoapsis height, we then want to decouple, which didn't work for some reason, so we'll have to manually decouple it. And arm our parachute. And then we can speed it up again. And we come gently down to the ground. And that is basically it. We have managed to complete the required contract without having to do any further upgrades or anything like that. So we've been able to use the existing technology that we have. So we just need to recover the vessel, normal recovery. We gained an extra 0.9 science. So we really are running out of science modes here, but click on next and done. Okay, and that is that mission, the, what was it called? Low Space Biological Experimentation mission. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, so please don't forget to leave me a like if you did. Consider subscribing, and don't forget you can join me in any of my live streams. If you see me live streaming, just pop in and say hi. But until next time, thank you for joining me, and bye for now. Bye bye.